We are back with another one, episode 95 of the We'll Just Agree
To disagree.
podcast. 5 away from 100.
I know. That's a lot. That's a lot of episodes. That means we've been doing this almost 2 years or over, well, about
Did we
2 years.
start this before pandemic or during?
I'm going to have to say during, because if we have 100 episodes, there's 52 weeks in a year, give or take some weeks that we didn't do it. That's 2 years.
Yeah, so I think it was during.
Yeah, and pandemic started in 2020. So if this is 2023, we've been doing this for 2 years, and we started at the top of 2021.
Yeah, and I remember when we started it. Backstory, guys, we've been trying to figure out something to do for a while. I was a guest on Beyonce's podcast before we came up with this one. And I think then we knew like we could really turn this into something. And I remember we started it and it was like audio based only. And to see where it has grown now, it's super dope, I gotta say.
Yeah. And we so appreciate everybody who supports us. I think podcasts are way better when you have 2 or more people. I was attempting to do one on my own. And of course, I mean, I could talk all day long about different things, but when you have someone to go back and forth and discuss topics and opinions and views and things like that, it's way better, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think it can work both ways depending on what you do for your podcast. I think for us though,
I feel like I'm sitting so low. Go ahead.
I know I had to switch mine around too. You
feel like
you do look a little low today.
I should be like this right now. Okay. But this is as high. Wait, let me see if I can get another chair.
Okay.
Hold on.
Okay, no problem at all. Yeah.
Oh, I think they're equally high. Let's see. 1 second. I don't think that really made much of a difference. Nope, it didn't.
Okay.
Oh, well. Anyway, I need them to get higher chairs for people like me who are only like 5'3". Oh, okay. I just feel really short right now because I am. Anyway, so episode 95? What are we talking about on episode?
No. If there's one thing I think people have learned from this podcast, you never know what you're gonna get any episode. It's always something.
Yeah, I mean
Okay. We're talking about, we had this conversation at dinner, right? And we were discussing how there are some people in your life that you may have been really close with at one point, that you could have been close friends with or whatever. And it necessarily does not have to be a bad thing, but there are some people you just grow apart from. And we both were kind of listing a few people that we have gone through that. There have been people that I've been close with since junior high that I necessarily don't talk to no more right now. And there's never that, in my opinion, sometimes. Now, there are some cases where it's one big bad blow up that causes the separation. But I believe, and you can say if you agree to disagree, there are some friendships that you may just grow apart from, and that is okay and sometimes necessary.
Yeah. Mine is weird. There's a friend of mine. I still consider her a friend. Good people. I've known her for years. And we were cool, even took a trip or two together, like a girls' trip, met girls down in Atlanta or just whatever. And it was just weird. It was like, we would call, text, talk. I would go pick her up. We would go places, whatever. And then all of a sudden the phone call stopped. The texting stopped. It was so weird. I was like,
on both ends?
I'm busy. Kinda, I guess, but I noticed it more so, and then that's why I was like, wait a minute, what's going on?
Right.
Are we cool? What happened? So one day, after maybe a few months, I just reached out. I'm like, is everything okay? Like, we don't even talk anymore. What's going on? I know you're busy. I'm extremely busy. Or maybe I texted it because I don't even recall really getting like an answer. I think it was just something like, oh, all good, or something like that. And to this day, I still don't know. And if you're watching this, sweetie, you know who you are. I still don't know what happened. I was like, is it something I said or did? Did I offend you? Is it? And then, so that's that. To this day, I still don't know. However, I'll still get comments on social media. Like I'll post something on Facebook and I'll get like a heart or just a comment to something I posted. So I'm
Mhm.
like, okay, you're still there,
Right, right,
but you're not there. And I
right.
don't know, it just blows my mind. Like, what transpired? I cannot imagine. One thing I can think that a couple of times she had like some stuff at the house. I don't know if it was like a housewarming or a paint party or something. And both times I could not attend. Legitly, I was hosting an event.
Uh,
I had to do something. And I'm thinking,
Let me
could
tell you
that be
this.
it?
I'm gonna say I think so. And the only reason why I'm going to say this is because I too have people that I've talked to you about that I have not gone to their things and completely get a different type of energy. And can I say this to anyone who's watching? I can speak for myself and for Beyonce. The industry that we are in, it's not an excuse, but it's the reality. If we don't go to your
Yeah.
event, 9 out of 10 times, it's not because we just don't want to go and we don't want to support you. 9 out of 10 times, we are
Right.
still here working. If we're not here working, we are hosting an event, working in another event. We are somewhere that has to do with our job. Our job does not sleep.
Yeah.
Therefore, there are a lot of
Yeah.
normal things that we don't get to do that a lot of people would get to go to. And
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
the only reason why I can feel like I've gone through literally what you just explained, where, yeah, why? What's going on? And then you start thinking, like, did I do something? Did I say, I did not go to this event. I did not go to this birthday. I have people say to me, hey, I still rock with you, but I'm just not inviting you no more to my birthday things because I know you're not going. All right. So I can tell in the tone you're a little upset. You're trying to throw a
Yep.
shot. But when you see
Yeah.
me on social media and you know I'm working,
Hmm.
and then I don't know about you, but I've also had it where you're not really working though. You be at concerts, you be having fun. We work at iHeartMedia Chicago that puts on some of the best concerts in the city. When we are at
Hmm.
a concert, 9 out of 10 times, we are working the concert or we're there.
We're
We're
working.
working, hosting, social media, backstage at our own concerts. That doesn't mean I'm there socializing. Sometimes
Right.
I think people may not understand, but I promise y'all, we don't mean that we're not doing it on purpose.
Yeah. Not at all. Not at all. And if people don't understand that about me by now, after being
You've been in
22
it for,
years
yeah.
in this industry, it's like, okay, I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want to come. It's I can't. And then I can post something like hosting such and such concert tonight, or you'll see me on stage or just whatever in that moment. And people still be like, so you couldn't make it? It started at 6. You couldn't make it? It
Not
started at 6. My concert is at 7. It's over at 11. When am
yes,
I going to make it to your event?
and not understanding
Explain.
that if the concert says 7, you're there at 5, maybe for a mic sound check, which means you're in hair and makeup at 4 p.m. You didn't leave work until 2 p.m., which means you had 1 hour to go get food, go get ready, be at hair and makeup, be at the arena by 5 p.m. for that soundtrack.
Dude, sometimes I'm eating my meal in the car, in the parking lot at the venue. Yeah, it gets
And
to
we
be.
can testify literally because we both have gone through this individually and together. Like there have been times I bring my meal to the concert and eat it backstage after we have like a meeting or whatever. You got to do what you got to do.
Mhm.
I just say all this to say that's probably why your friend does not talk to you no more because I have gone through the same
And you
thing.
know what? I would think that would be, and I'm going to say this, I think that would be very shallow of someone because this particular individual knows about this industry and has been in this industry. So they get
Mm,
it. So to
mm,
this day, I love her, no different than I didn't love her a few years back when we were cool,
yeah.
but it remains a mystery and I can't like let it bother me. I can't let it fester. I just washed my hands of it. It is what it is. Like
Yeah.
I'm still cool if I see her out in the streets. I'm gonna give her a big hug and be like, hey girl. But I just don't know what happened.
And I
It's a
think
mystery.
for me, it's different because I'm new to this industry, right? I've only been in it less than 10 years. And I'm trying to grind like crazy to get to the level of a status of where Beyonce Fox is at, if we're being real. And that comes with a lot of receive the flowers, Beyonce. That comes with a lot of work to the sense of you know me, I have put my career first in a lot of aspects of my life. Besides like family and friend, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm really
Yeah.
working doing what I need to do for my career so I can grow in it and doing that. The challenge that I'm facing, and I'm sure you may have faced this in your beginning years, is not everybody. I I say this in not a shady way at all, but not
Mhm.
everybody like in my age group is on that right now. And that's
Yeah.
okay. I have some friends that are trying to just live. You have a good job, you're making money, but they want to live that nightlife, that city life, because we're at that age that
Uh,
we should live downtown, go
yeah.
out, do this, and that, do happy hours. And that's more of their focus. And
Yeah.
I kind of wish I had some of that. So I'm not mad at them, but then they don't understand when I'm like, I don't care if it's a happy hour during the day. I'm either at work or I'm at home sleep because I was up at 2 a.m. I'm up when you're leaving the club.
Yep.
And I've had a lot of people that have come and go because they have not realized that they don't understand it. And
Mhm.
I've had people tell me I think I'm better than them because of that. Because the first thing I'm gonna tell you is I got work. I got the show
Mhm.
in the morning. That's
Mhm.
my reality. And it's not to feel better than or none of that. It's just that's
Right.
you know, especially when you're trying to get in radio in the beginning.
Yeah. Yeah. And another thing that I have issue, and it's not issue with anyone else, it's issue me on the inside looking out and then looking back in, is I'm an extremely private person.
Yeah,
And a
you are.
lot of people can't deal with that.
You
They
are.
can't deal with that. They're like, wait, I didn't know you had what? I didn't know you. When did you? And I'm like, I don't broadcast my personal life. You know that. People, even some of my colleagues at work, as recently as a couple weeks ago, like, wait, Beyonce, you what? I've known you 20 years. What? So I'm a private person, and a lot of people, when they're friends with you, they want to know everything. They want
Yeah.
to come over to your house. They want to, and I no, hands off. I'm sorry. I've been that way all my life, and I'm going to be remain that way. People say, girl, you got to get out of that. You got to break that. Nope, I'm not.
I'm gonna
That's
be
who I
honest.
am. Either you accept it or you don't.
I'm gonna be honest.
Period.
When we first became friends and we became cool outside of just work, I was like, okay, now I'm over here pouring my life out to Beyonce. I would tell everything. Beyonce won't tell me what she had for dinner the night before. And I'd be like, Beyonce, what did you
It's
have for
not
dinner?
that bad, Ryan.
Beyonce, there are a few things I'm not gonna say on this podcast. I'm not gonna say right now, but there are a few things you told me that I had no idea about you.
Like what? No, come on. Give me one. Give me one.
I had no idea you were engaged at one point.
Oh yeah. Yep. I was engaged to be married. Yep.
You literally dropped that in the middle of our conversation like it was normal, and I had no idea.
And peep this. My family didn't even know until just a few years ago. See? Oh, you can ask anybody in my family. They'll be like, that girl don't talk about nothing. Yeah. I've just been private.
Can I ask what's the why? Where or
I
why?
don't
Like
know.
how?
I got
Like were you like that as a kid? What made it? Why are you
yeah.
so private?
I don't know. Cause you know, we come from a military background and
Mm.
we were only we were all we had. We
Mm,
didn't make a bunch of friends. We didn't go out and because we knew we were moving again in 7 or 8 months. So we
mm,
are a close-knit family. And I've always felt like, okay, I got two sisters and a brother, a mom and a dad. Rest in peace, mom.
mhm.
And I don't need Susie Q and Joe. And I got my
Is it
family.
is it because do you think when you were younger, you probably didn't even know you were doing it, but your younger mind was training yourself. There's no need to start opening up and telling all these people that I may go to school with my life or what's going on because guess what? In 5 months, I may not be here. So I'm gonna tell my sisters and your dad and your mother, rest in peace, who are my core knit because I'm gonna move with them. So where now,
Yeah.
even in your adult years at work, you're probably like, all right, well, you may work here, you may not work here 6 months later. I'm not gonna tell you everything. I'm gonna tell my siblings. You know what I'm saying?
No,
You're
yeah,
close knit.
yeah. No, I'm just a private person. And I don't know.
It makes
It's just
I
weird.
think that has something to do with it though.
Maybe I've never even looked at it like that as far as childhood, but all of my life I've been very like to myself and
Yeah.
private. And my other siblings, they're outgoing and know the whole world and whatever. And when it gets to me, it's like, oh, she ain't gonna say nothing. Don't
And,
ask
and,
her a
and let's be
question.
honest, I've said this before recently to you. I don't think that's a bad thing. I think we need a little bit of each other. I need to probably keep my mouth shut a little bit more. I'll tell you everything. I'll be honest. I'm gonna be very honest. I'm gonna be very honest. As of recently, I have not said this publicly. I don't like that I started this industry with my real name.
Oh, okay.
In
Why
a
is that?
in a new day and age, I would have done a play off of my name or done my
Okay.
middle name because a part of me now, as I'm growing and getting older, I want a little bit of privacy or a little bit of to myself. You know what I mean? Like I can tell you
Gotcha.
when I finally move out and get my own place, if you guys listen to the WGCI morning show, you understand that inside joke. Um,
Ah,
I won't
you
post.
don't have to listen to the morning show to know that joke. Everybody knows that it's time for you to go. But go ahead.
There are still jokes no, there are still things you have told me, Beyonce, that I have not said on this podcast that I'm not going to. I'm trying to respect you being private. All right, let's chill. Now, I'm not gonna post.
Continue.
I'm not gonna post like my place when I finally move. I want that to be my private space that I still have.
Exactly.
So I am learning
Exactly.
a little bit from you. I need a little bit, and I have noticed, and I really have noticed on this podcast that you do share and you are opening up a little more of what you feel comfortable sharing and talking
Yeah,
about.
absolutely. Yeah, I only speak what I don't mind people knowing, but yeah,
Right.
for the most part, just private. And I think that kind of turned off some people that were friends. And I'm gonna have to say they probably weren't friends from the jump. Just people that I was cool with, may go out to dinner with, go to an event with, concert, whatever. But yeah, that turned off a couple of people that I know for sure
Yeah.
because they just wouldn't. They felt like, okay,
You
we don't
have
really
like they
know
feel like
you.
they have the right to know. And I'm gonna be
Yeah.
honest, very honest with you too. I know the relationship we have, right? Where I know if you're going through something or if you're going to talk to me about something, you'll bring it to my attention. I'm opposite. I'm going to start texting you and calling you immediately, right? Even when my grandmother was going through what she went through before she passed, rest in peace, I was constantly talking to you, updating you on what's going on. With your mom, I knew how you moved, where I wasn't wanting to ask a lot of questions because I know the type of private person you are. And as a friend, not a coworker, but as a friend, you respect that's how your friend moves. So I wasn't asking you a lot, making sure you were good, but not
Mhm.
asking you what's going on, what's this. I was letting you come to me because you
Yeah.
just got to know how people are. We're all different. And I don't think you
Mhm.
can be mad if somebody moves that type of way. And you do have to understand, okay, because you're one of a few that I have that are like that. Usually a lot of my friends we're gonna tell it all. And I had to
Mhm.
get accustomed, like, okay, Beyonce's gonna give, and whatever she gives, I take. And you can't take it as an offense that she doesn't want to
Right.
talk to me about it.
Right. Yeah. It's just the way I've been. It has nothing to do with what I do for a living or where nothing.
I think
That's
it's you
just
as that kid.
that's my makeup of who I am, period, as a person. So yeah, so please don't take offense. If people want to know things about me and I may go around the fence about it or whatever, don't take offense. Just a lot of people are private and I happen to be one of those people. So, you don't notice me posting family pictures on social and all that. No, my private life belongs to me and that's what it is. But I love hard, I love heavy, I love the world. I will embrace anybody and I'm showing you love and I'll tell you what I know if there's something you need, some advice, whatever like that. I'm open as a book when it comes to stuff like that. But just personal stuff, nah, I don't think it's necessary for people to know everything.
No, you do have more grace than I have ever had in my life. Beyonce, I will tell her something, and you are always thinking of well, maybe they didn't, or maybe they did it because, and I'm like, no, shut up. They did it because of this.
You got to always give people the benefit of the doubt,
You do.
Ryan. You have to. Always look at the positive and not the negative.
How many times have we come back and I'm like, I told you, B.
Yeah, you have a couple times. You really have. And I was just like, okay, I guess okay. Yeah. But yeah, that whole friend thing, like I just feel like if um somebody rocks with you, they rock with you. If they don't, they don't. And then I have friends that I have not seen in years.
Mhm.
They moved away to different states or whatever. and we're like this. They know every single thing. They know
Even
my
speak
family.
away.
They know whatever. So I've got that group of friends. It's only like a few, but I've got those friends I've literally known like half my life.
Yeah.
And the bond is like this. Just reached out to one of them yesterday who lives on the East Coast. The bond is like this. We can pick up where we left off. We may not talk for 6 months,
But it's
the
one
moment
phone
we
call.
talk,
Yep.
it's like boom. So
Facts.
I do have those friends. Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're getting up out of here. Beyonce, where can they follow you? Even though you're not gonna share
everywhere on social media at Beyonce Fox, BIONCEFOXX.
All right, you guys can hit me up at Ryan Media Lee. Also, subscribe, share, comment, like to our YouTube at We'll Just Agree to Disagree. If you missed the last episode, we had Jonathan McReynolds on, and we talked about the Grammys on the last one too as well. All that. You can check it out there on YouTube and Instagram.
Yeah. So next week it's going to be episode 96. Oh my gosh.
4 weeks away. We still got to talk about the 100th episode.
Are we going to try to get John Legend?
Yeah, let's have a backup plan. What?
Okay.
Remember,
you used to talk about him in every episode, and some of the things you said weren't that nice.
No.
You try to get him on.
I have never talked bad about John Legend. I just don't put him on the level that you put him at. You put John Legend on like a 30. I put him at a 10 out of a 1 out of 10. He's a 10, which is good. You put him at a 30.
Okay, so why whenever I send something about his music, you send me back a GIF with people
What happened to you being private? Now you want to talk about what happened to you being private? Because we can show some of the text. I got text we can show.
Bye, Ryan.
Bye.